What's going on, guys? My name is Shay and welcome back to your Altcoin Daily News. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at how to trade Bitcoin to make $1,000 per day. We're going to be using Elliot Wave, Fibonacci, looking at simple volume and resistance points. So I want to make you guys $1,000 per day if you guys follow these simple steps and how to analyze the charts properly. So let's get into the video so we can make $1,000 per day. So hopefully the first thing that grabs you guys' attention is the big green lettering on the left hand side of your screen, labeled Bitcoin trade for February 19th. So as you guys can tell, my first trade that I did today, I made $600, and the second one I made $300. And how is that possible? By using Fibonacci and Elliot Wave and a couple of other indicators that are already labeled, the RSI, the MACD, and look at the volumes. This is something that a lot of people tend to overlook, but is very, very important to be doing day trading and making huge profits that are close to $1,000. So as you guys can tell right here, we made the first trade for 600, the second one for 300, so altogether 900. We're only $100 off from that $1,000 price point that I have per day. And specifically for this video, we're only looking at the long positions. We're only making profits from long positions because everyone knows that if you were to sell high, if you were to buy low and sell high, that's the best way to make profits. However, you're missing 50% of the trades that are available out there. You're missing the short positions. We're not going to get into that today, but if you guys are part of adequate exchanges that do allow you to do margin short trading, that is something you guys need to learn if you want to make the other 50% of the money that is available out there. For example, if you were to realize that this is the top of wave 5 and that we have a resistance point right here, if you were to see what was going to happen around this price point, looking at the volume spot, you would be shorting from this price point, which is 11,240, until where you believe it will be going down using Fibonacci. And remember, you don't want to risk it. You don't know. You never can time the market properly. You never know how far down it's going to go at the end of the day, correct? Let me just remove this so you guys can see. You guys never know. Using this analysis, you will never know exactly where each price point is going to be. Going down this way, sure, you can use Fibonacci. You can get resistance levels that you believe can be hit, but at the end of the day, it's hard to predict exactly where it's going to be. Using statistics, you have a greater probability of where it's going to land. However, even if you shorted from here and pretend you shorted down to here, you're still making, let me get the short position out, pretend you shorted down to here and you put your target to be around, let's just say $11,100 down. You just made $100 off of this, correct? But looking at it, it went down a lot more. But at the end of the day, you're day trading. You only want to look at making small profits. You don't want to go in and gamble all your money away. So I don't want to get into shorting today. I want to look into how I made the 600 and 300. So let's quickly go into how Bitcoin is looking. So the first wave that I was able to see for Elliot Wave was right here. Pulling out Elliot Wave, I realized that this right here is the bottom of wave 1, and then it ended up right here. Then we saw a slight retracement down to here, and then what we would do from here, correct? Without knowing, let's just say we did not know what was going to happen next, right? We did not know what was going to happen next. What we can do is we can use the trend-based Fibonacci tool. We can go from here to here, and then since we know where the bottom of wave 2 is, we go across and we tend to see where statistically wave 3 will end, right? Where do you think wave 3 will end? Wave 3 can end at a 1-to-1 ratio, 1.62 ratio, and it could even go up higher, but probability tends to be around here. correct? So what we can do using that is we want to see where exactly this is going, because we saw huge volume spikes, the RSI trending upwards. It had the resistance points right here, which I drew out right here, the dotted lines, and it broke off and went straight up, and the MACD was diverging in the correct way. So what we can see from here is the trade that I made personally was I waited until it hit a 1-to-1. Okay, so let me draw out the Elliot Wave again. This is wave 2, this is wave 3, wave 4, and then wave 5. Okay, so what I saw was it was going up. However, at that moment, you don't know where this is going to be. It can hit that one and then it could fail right back down. However, because we saw a huge volume spike and the wicks and the candles going above this, I put a position in for a long position right here. Without knowing where any of these candles were, what I did is I did the Fibonacci retracement, looked at where it can extend to, right? And I put in a long position from right here. I put a long position from right here to right here, okay? Knowing that this is about where it's going to end, wave 3. Using the Fibonacci ratios, I believe that wave 3 was going to end around here. And look at that, that's $200. But you're asking me, you put down 600, correct. I use something called margin trading. Margin trading allows you to make 3.3 times your profits. But at the same time, with saying that, you can lose 3.3 times what you were supposed to get. Let's just say it went down $100. Now you're not only losing $100, you're losing $330. Correct? So I made that 200 right here, and that converted to 600. And another thing that I've been outlining ever since I started these videos with Elliot Wave is when you look at this retracement, 3 to 4 tends to be within this ratio, correct? Let me zoom in for you guys. 3 to 4 tends to be within the Fibonacci ratios. So if you look here and you go down, sorry, right? You want to see where wave 4 will end. Wave 4 tends to end either 50% or 32% within wave 3's length, right? So what I believed was it was going to end at the 618 golden ratio. I did not put any positions here because I did not know for 100%, but this was my prediction. And then wave 5, I believed wave 5 to hit this price point because we've seen multiple resistance around here. And let me see if I can go back right here. See, another Elliot Wave that I drew beforehand, it touched this point and went right back down. And if you guys can see again, let me zoom in again. If you guys can actually see it hit that again and go right back down. And this is the second Elliot Wave we made money off of. So after any Elliot Wave, there's always an immediate retracement period. No matter what happens, you're going to see an ABC correction. Or if you look deeper within these 5-minute candles, you'll be able to see another smaller Elliot Wave superimposed within this A. So there will be an Elliot Wave downtrend. Then we saw a little bit of retracement back up and then C. And then what I did was I looked to see that, whoa, what's going on here? We're seeing another spike up. Could this be wave 1? I did not know. I waited until it went to wave 1, assuming this was wave 1, and I waited to see the retracement. Looking at the retracement, I was able to see that it only went, retracement for wave 2 only went, once I get this, only went, let me take this off so you guys can see, it went about a little below 50%, and that's fine. You should be seeing 50% to 62% around there is fine retracement. Anything below that, then if it comes back down here like it did right here, if pretend we thought that this is wave 1 This is wave 2. However, it failed because it broke beneath wave 1, correct? But this didn't. So we can go ahead and confirm that this is a wave 2. Looking at that, what was I doing was I was looking at the volume spikes. Is this enough volume to make me profits? Is this enough volume to go on a long position? And yes, it was. So what I went ahead and did was I want to see where wave 3 can end. So to look at where wave 3 can end, you take retracement up to here and you put at the bottom of peak 2. You look where wave 2 ended, and then you look for a 1-to-1 extension. That's the main place you want to be taking your profits. You want to be taking your profits from level 1 right here. Once you see a huge breakout right around here, you take it from 1 where the top wave 1 was, and then you wait until it gets to at least a 1-to-1 or a little bit above 1-to-1. And that's what I did. So if you look at the long position again, we took it from here, right? Took it from here up to here. Well, don't get confused. I didn't take it from here. I took it from here and it went up to here. And that's $95. Okay? But you asked me again, but why do I see 300? Because I'm margin trading and I'm allowed to take 3.3 times my profits. So I'm about $900 up today, which is amazing, which is insane. $900 up today. And look, it broke up to here again, wave 4, wave 5, using the same exact retracement tools. We figured out that wave 4 was going to end around here. It went a little bit below, and then wave 5 again hit the top and could not break above. And once that happens, we're on the retracement again. We're on the A, B, C retracement, right? We've yet to see what will happen, but we can see that the RSI is trending downwards. It has broken under the restriction. I know English is pretty hard sometimes, but it broken below the resistance level, and the MACD is diverging in the wrong way. So that being Bitcoin, if you guys follow simple steps like this, if you have any questions, let me know. Because if you follow simple Elliot Wave and Fibonacci retracement using ratios and what is statistically proven, especially looking at a book like this, it tells you exactly what are the ratios that wave 3 will go up 1 times wavelength of wave 1, or would it go up 1.6 times? It happens 45%, 15%. And looking at wave 3, how often does it retrace down? It retraces down between 30 to 50% at least 60 times, right? So if you look from wave 2 to 3, it retraces at least 30 to 50% at least 60 times. That's a pretty good ratio, pretty good odds that it'll end up here, right? And then wave 4 and then wave 5. If you guys want me to link this book underneath, just comment down below if I forget and let me know to link it so I can give you guys this book and you guys can read it. Or this chapter of this book, not the entire book, just this chapter that I find is very, very important, chapter 10. Well, that being said, if you guys want, let me give you one more example, because like I always do, we look into Litecoin, Neo, Ethereum, and Ripple. Let's look into Litecoin, and I want to show you something that happened in Litecoin. If you go to this chart right here, we can see a similar wave has formed right here. Very similar. You do the same ratios, and you can see that we were able to, if we were to, I never did any trades in Litecoin, but if we were to, we can take profit from a long position profit from right here to right here, right? In that little price range. At the end of the day, it doesn't look like it's a lot. However, looking at the long term, looking at the big picture for today, scalping, any profit is still profit, right? And Litecoin seems like it's going on a little bit of a retracement right now. Let me see if we can find any trends that are happening. If you guys want, we can say the superimposed Elliot wave within this wave is right here. Okay, we don't know how far down 5 is gonna go. Let me figure out for you guys how far down wave 3 can actually go. And this is a superimposed. This is superimposed within the AB correction wave, right? So what I want to show you guys is how far down do we believe 3 can go using Fibonacci. So using Fibonacci, we go from 0 to 1, right? You want to look at the length of 1 and then go down to where wave 2 finished. So it went below the 1.62, and I believe this is where it should be bouncing off. This is a very good point for it to bounce off and start to go back a little bit higher to hit wave 4. Okay, so you guys can see it's so simple. You guys should be looking at how simple it is, to be understanding ratios and looking at trends. Just keep doing it and you guys will get amazing at it. Keep looking at charts, understanding, look at these huge volume spikes. This is where you should be shorting. The minute you see 5 waves for Elliot Wave happen, short it down. Even if you take $50, $60, $10, $20, you still short it, and you understood that there was going to be a cycle down. Okay, just quickly look at NEO and where's NEO trending. NEO seems like it doesn't have the volume spikes it had over here, but at the same time, what I'm seeing over here is, can this be wave 1 right here, right? Can this be the start of a new Elliot Wave? Why is this in my way? Can this be the start of the new Elliot Wave right here? 1, 2, and where is wave 2 going to retrace to? We have yet to know. We have yet to see where it will retrace. But if it, as long as it doesn't retrace past this, then we can start drawing an Elliot Wave. And I hope you guys can see that by yourself and make profits off of this. Okay, so I want you guys to comment down below and see what profits you're able to make off of NEO, what price point you got back in, and where you traded to. That being NEO, let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum doesn't look that appetizing right now. It's just trending downwards and it's being oversold. Correct, because look at the RSI, is well below the regular bullish zone, is below that, and it's in the bearish zone, and being oversold. The MACD doesn't look very good. So we're going on a simple, let's look at a 30-minute chart of Ethereum. 1, 2. Yeah, we've yet to see. I want to stay off of Ethereum for a little while just to see where it ends up. And I can show you guys right now, this is a resistance point in between here. Okay, this is a resistance point in between here that's gonna have hard times between here and here. So if you guys see any volume change or anything happening around here, if you want to go on a long position or if you want to go on a short position when it hits here, see what happens around these price points, 955 and 920. And then Ripple, the last one. Ripple, I see nothing really too. Actually, Ripple I can see going a little bit more of a downtrend. It's already downtrending. I believe Ripple has an RSI that tends to bounce off of right here. So if we see it go down to here, I want you guys to look at the volume and look at what will happen if we can bounce off. If we go below, then just continue shorting if you guys are in short positions. Let me see if we can draw a wave here. 1, 2, no. I don't see any waves happening in this price point. I mean, in this price point. But if we look over here, do we see anything? This looks a little bit more appetizing. 1, 2, no. Yeah, I really don't see anything right now because everything is breaking. Actually, 1, 2, 3, yeah, but then it broke underneath. So I don't see anything there. And you guys should look at the big picture too, but I'm looking at the 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute chart because I'm looking for day trade. I'm looking to scalp as much profits as I can per day. With that being said, I really don't believe I see any trends in Ripple right now. I do see it downtrending. Okay, we'll see where it ends up, to be honest. Let me see. 1, 2, no, I don't see anything there. This definitely has to be a retracement. We're definitely on a retracement right now. Where will this retracement end? Yet to be known. Okay, so with that being said, I want to bring another video to you guys tonight, updating the news for sure, and I will do it this time because I know I always want to do it, but I just never end up having the time. I always end up getting busy with either work or something comes up, so I just can't get the later video out. But hopefully I can get it out today because I've already slowly started to look at the news and start recording it, so hopefully I do get it out today. But thank you so much. Hopefully you guys learned something from today, and especially risk management is a huge deal that I want to point out to you guys. Make sure you don't put in all your money at once. Risk management is a huge deal because I don't want you guys losing all your money. At the end of the day, you guys can make 1,000, but you could lose that 1,000 at the same time, correct? So I want you guys to use these tips and techniques, make the $1,000, and comment down below that you actually made that $1,000. So thank you so much for viewing our videos. Like always, subscribe, hit that post notification, like this video, and I'll see you guys later tonight. Peace.